Okay, we want to do another little review of our hopefully ant-proof hive stand. So at least right now, after about 11 or 12 days, and considering I had ants up here on a daily basis, the little black ants, I have to say that this hive stand is definitely seems to be working. And I think a big key to it is the fact that I have these 4-inch caps turned upside down. A lot of people will put stands like this, or they'll put the legs of their stands in some kind of a container of oil or something. The problem with that is when it rains, if you're using oil, well, oil floats on water, and the water will accumulate, and eventually you're going to lose your oil. Plus, you can get a lot of debris in there, so the debris will build up, and that gives the ants a perfect little bridge to just walk across it and get up into the hives. But these inverted PVC caps with a good coating of automotive grease seems to do the trick. And I used a high temperature automotive grease. You'll see a picture of it here. So even though it can get up to maybe 100 degrees or so out here in the apiary, I think the fact that direct sunlight's not getting on the inside where the grease is, so I think it should last quite a while. And again, because they're turned upside down, it really kind of helps keep any debris or dust and dirt to a minimum. I'm hoping they'll last maybe at least a year, so maybe I'll have to come out and get the exchange out the axle or the automotive grease. So anyway, I think this hive stand seems to be working. I'm really happy with it. And I certainly, if you have a problem with ants, you might want to make a stand like this or use some of the modifications, especially the 4-inch PVC caps turned upside down with a good coating of automotive grease on the inside. Now we do have, let me show you here, we do still have some larger harvester ants, and let me show you a colony of those that's nearby. So here is a colony of the larger brown or reddish brown harvester ants, and they're pretty common through this area, and they do get right into the apiary. However, I've never really seen them get up into the hives, but I do see them, to me that's beneficial, I do see them going in, and if they run across a dead bee that's out in front of the hives, that maybe some of the, I call them mortician bees, if they encounter a dead bee that's been brought out of the hive and put a few feet from the hive, I usually will see one of these harvester ants pretty quickly go in and take the bee and then bring it back here to help feed their colony. So I actually kind of consider these harvester ants as somewhat beneficial, because they do kind of keep dead bees out of the bee yard and right out in front of the hives. And again, I've never really noticed them getting up into the hives. And they're not a problem. It's just those little small ones you saw earlier that try to get up in the hives.